Let me catch my breath. Hi friends, welcome back to the show with your favorite traumatized Gemini, aka the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl podcast. Fun fact about this podcast, I know the number one thing I get about this podcast is that the name is too fucking long. I agree, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's such a good name and it's perfect. I don't care that it's too long. But fun fact, this podcast was actually going to be called A Traumatized Gemini. So if any of you that are Geminis and, you know, you're a little fucked up and you want to start a podcast, please feel free to use that name because it's fire as well. It's just that Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl felt right. Like when I heard the name, actually, I think in this episode, I'm going to tell y'all the original, story of how I came up with that name. But we'll go into that later in this episode. Episode 45 now. Super excited. It's 5 more episodes until you guys see my face. Are we excited? Are you guys excited to see me? Oh my gosh, I'm excited to see y'all. See me, see y'all, see me. And about that, I want to clear up some confusion because I got 6 DMs on Instagram of stuff that just was not true, and I was like, I feel like I'm misleading the girls, so I gotta clear up because I felt like I was lying to y'all. I was like, wait, I think you guys are mistaking me. So maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, I posted some ideas I wanted the recording studio to look like, right? And a lot of you, over 30 of you, were like, oh my god, this is so cute, I love that one, I love this one, I like this idea. And I was super excited because y'all were really fucking with the color schemes and the ideas and the decorations that I had posted. 2 people guys, I'm sick, I can't talk today, we're gonna get into that next, just hold on. But it was 2 people that DM'd me and were like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this in episode 50. And I was like, oh, please, okay, wait, I didn't say that the studio was gonna be in episode 50. Listen, episode 50 is going to be the ghettoest episode besides episode number 1, okay? I don't know how I'm going to film this episode. I'm really hoping it lines up with the collaboration so that way I don't give you guys a piece of shit episode. Yes, the studio is not going to be in episode 50. That is my future studio recording decoration. So I just don't want you guys to get your hopes up. When episode 50 comes out, you're expecting all these elaborate colors and decorations and all this stuff. It's not gonna give that. I'm so sorry, but eventually it is. When we get to episode 70 and 80, your bitch is gonna be great. Literally had to clear that up because I was just like, these bitches about to be so disappointed. If they think that episode 50 is gonna be that, they're about to be so disappointed when they click on it. Oh my gosh. So I just had to clear that up for y'all because it's not, I promise. But let's talk about the elephant in the room before we get into these topics. If you guys can't hear it in my voice, your girl is donezo. Throat fucked up, nose fucked up, head hurt, body hurt. Luckily, I don't have COVID, so that's good because I thought a bitch was about to be taken out of the game for a hot minute. So luckily, I don't have COVID. I will tell you guys how I got sick, and it's because I was trying to be fucking grown. So for the past couple days, I took a flight to go to Philly to go see my Eminem, my man. That's not my man, but he's my man. And we had a lot of fun. Right? So we were at his parents' house, and I'm not sure if it's new or not, but it was new to me. His parents had got this hot tub on their back patio, and my Eminem was like, we should get in that. We should do it together. We should get in that and chill. And I was like, that's a wonderful idea. I would love that. So we waited till it got dark outside because it was supposed to be a vibe. We had set up the phone. We was watching movies and shit on Netflix. It was cute. It was real cute. Bitch, I sat down in that hot tub and he turned the jets on. The chlorine started fucking attacking me to the point where I was bleeding tears and coughing so hard. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So both of us had to stand up for a second in the hot tub and just try to get some morsel of fresh air that wasn't engulfed in fucking chlorine. My throat was burning, bitch. I was like, I have never had this happen to me before. What's going on? I couldn't even see straight. The shit was getting in my eyes. So then we tried to sit down back in it. Same thing. I was like, I just couldn't fucking breathe. I don't know what was happening. So eventually he turned the bubbles off. I was like, you got to turn these fucking jets off because it's making this shit look like soda. Like, this shit is starting to fizz up. Like, the molecular molecule, I don't know, something is, the jets are not making this easy to sit with, bitch. We got to turn this off. So he turned it off, and we sat down. We started watching the show. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I couldn't even stand it. Even with the jets off, it was still making my eyes water and my throat burn. I think we were in that hot tub less than 20 minutes, and I was like, we got to get the fuck out because I feel like I'm dying. Like, and I've been in the hot tub and I've been in the jacuzzi before, so I don't know. I mean, I know now, I'm gonna tell you in a minute, but I at the time, I didn't know, bitch, what the fuck was going on. I was like, maybe, am I allergic to this? Like, what is going on? We hop out. I go upstairs to take a shower because it's like a gallon of chlorine on my skin and my hair, bitch. I have braids in right now. So, you know, that takes a lot. If y'all know, girls, when we got braids, box braids and shit like that, you got to really get that shit out because that chlorine will seep in. So when I was in the shower, I felt, y'all know, like, right when you're about to get sick, it get hard to swallow. Like, it's not necessarily sore yet, but you can feel like, you know, it's like, bitch, I got a double swallow now. Like, this shit is getting real. It felt like in the shower, and I was just like, I didn't pay no mind to it because I just felt, you know, like, oh, the chlorine fucked me up a little bit. I'll be good in the morning. Girl, woke up the next morning, my throat was on fire, nation. It was giving Fire Lord Ozai. Like, my throat was on fucking fire. I was like, there's no way. But turns out, his dad put too much chlorine. I don't know. He put enough chlorine in there to take down a fucking elephant. I don't know why he put so much chlorine in this fucking hot tub, but he did. He overestimated the fucking amount, and it fucked me up. So, woke up, throat burning. I'm like, oh shit. I hope I'm not getting sick. Girl, woke up this morning, sick as fuck. Can't feel nothing. Body hurt, head hurt, everything hurt. Everything's fucked up. Okay, I still had a good time. My back is real loose, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, my knees was touching my ears and so on and so forth. I was telling Mango about it. I was like, yeah, I'm like sick as a dog. She was like, was it worth it? I was like, it always will be, and always will be, bitch. I'll get sick 3 times again for that. I promise you I will. Oh my God, I can't wait. Let me tell y'all something. Hold on. Episode is so unhinged. I cannot wait for the Patreon. And the only reason I haven't started the Patreon yet, y'all, is because I want to get y'all with y'all wallets out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to wait for tax season to start the Patreon. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like, oh, bitch, you caught me with my debit card in my hand. I'm trying to get y'all, you know, good. And plus, I just want to be able to put out content that's worth paying like $5 a month for. Like, what the fuck y'all gonna pay for a Patreon and you still can't see a bitch? You know what I'm saying? It's not fair. So I want to make sure before I even start the Patreon that I have content that is fucking enjoyable. When I tell y'all that Patreon gonna be real nasty, y'all gonna be like, who the fuck is this bitch? I cannot wait to tell y'all if I spit or swallow. Anyway, right into the topics. The first topic is gonna gross some of you out, but it was just very special to me, and I'm going to post about it on my Instagram page maybe later today. So y'all know how I love animals, right? And when I mean animals, I mean bugs, bitch, rodents, anything. I just love them so much. Like spiders, rats, snakes, anything. There is a nigga. I'm looking out the window. My parents have like a pier in front of their house, and there's like a nigga untying something on their pier. That's not my parents. Anyway, that's none of my business. It ain't my pier. Anyway, so while I'm at the airport, right, I'm coming back to Jacksonville from Philly. I'm actually in Jacksonville waiting for my Uber to pick me up. So I'm sitting down, just waiting. I got like 20 something minutes to wait. I put my headphones in. I'm listening to a podcast, chilling, right? A lady comes and sits beside me. She has her daughter on her lap. Her daughter's like 3 or 4. While I'm listening to the podcast, I'm sitting like right in front of the part where y'all been to an airport before. Y'all know the part where the cars come and stop and pick you up and shit like that. I'm sitting on a bench right in front of that section. So when my Uber pulls up, all I have to do is stand up, get in the fucking car. And on the other side of the street, I can see a lizard coming off of a pole, and he's like trying to cross the street, right? And I'm like, this nigga's about to get ran over. Like, I'm about to witness a lizard die. Like, I was so, like, I had paused the podcast I was listening to and everything. I was like, oh my God, this nigga is gonna get ran over. It was like leapfrog, bitch. This nigga was excellent with the dodging the cars. This nigga was like, Like, he made it across the street. Not one tire hit him. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I'm watching this lizard cross the fucking street, right? This lizard come right in front of me, And in my head, I'm like, this nigga better not get on my foot. Like, what the fuck? And behold, bitch, this nigga jumped right on my shoe. I was like, no fucking way. Now, I get real emotional when, like, super emotional when, like, animals that don't usually interact with people interact with me, right? Like, what's an example? Any type of aquatic animal, like a possum, bitch, like any type of wild animal that's just not, that just, I can't say raccoons, because raccoons love people. They love eating everything you got to give them. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, animals that don't usually come up and fuck with people. And if you live in Florida, these lizards don't fuck with nobody. So I felt so special. He hopped right on my leg. And then he, like, crawled on my shin and up my knee. And I was like, oh my fucking God. But the whole time, y'all, he was climbing on me, he was staring me right in my fucking soul. Like, look, like he knew he was climbing on me. He was looking right in my eyes. And I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. The lady beside me, she was like, you not scared? And I was like, no. She was like, I hope that nigga don't jump over here. Because he was slowly but surely coming all the way up my leg. And I was like, oh my gosh. Take my phone out and I'm recording him. And I just can't believe it. Like, I always just feel so blessed when animals interact with me. I don't know why, bitch. I can't explain it. But it just felt like he was telling me, like, bitch, you're going to be okay. Like, these are the delusional ass signs that I think the universe are giving me when animals interact with me. Or, like, another time, like, a butterfly landed on my nose. And I could have sworn that nigga gave me a kiss. And I broke down crying because I was like, wow. He could have did that to anybody, and he did it to me. Like, that was so sweet. I got a little butterfly kiss. But he jumped up on my book bag, and he was just staring at me. You know how lizards, like, do that little head bending thing? And he was just looking at me. And I swear to God, I could hear him telepathically telling me, like, it's okay. Like, whatever you got going on, it's going to be all right. Just keep going. I know that shit is hard. I know you tired. I know, like, you do all of this shit and you want to just relax and be okay, bitch, but you got it. It's going to be fine. Like, keep going. And I was so emotional, y'all. I promise you, if that lady wasn't sitting beside me, I would have been silently crying to myself. Like, what the fuck? He, like, jumped up, like, on my shoulder a little bit, and then he, like, ran on the bench that I was sitting on, and then he just walked away. Like, he didn't run away. He wasn't scared of me or anything. He was just staring at me for a second, for like 5 minutes actually, and then just walked away. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a special moment. Now, if I was any other bitch, I would have flicked him the fuck to hell. You know what I mean? I would have flicked him the fuck off of me. But, like, I don't know, y'all. I know how some people, like, when they see 333s or 444s or 777s, or if they see the same time on the clock, like, a couple times a day, they think that that's a sign that that's their angel number. When animals fucking touch me, interact with me, are nice to me, bitch, that's my, like, angel experience. Like, I just feel so blessed when they choose me, because it's just like, I feel like you can feel that I'm not gonna hurt you, or you can feel that I'm such a calm spirit, and you feel safe enough with me to hop on my fucking foot and climb up my leg. Like, I don't know, y'all. I know a lot of y'all are like, bitch, that's disgusting, I would never. But I felt so blessed. Hey guys, on to the first topic. I am gonna try to make this episode under 20 minutes because I'm also trying not to get my sniffs and coughs in here. So honestly, bitch, if you hear a sniffle or a cough, just allow me, please. I'm sick, okay? I'm dying here. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, my ears ringing, my head hurt. This is gonna be a 25-minute episode. I cannot. The first topic I want to talk to you guys about is something that is really sad to me, and I really want to be a part of the advocacy for it, because and I'm the advocacy for it regardless, but just because I feel like a lot of people don't take shit seriously until it's proven that this specific topic is a problem. Y'all know, a couple of y'all I know have seen that TikTok where these teachers out of the fucking woodworks just started coming on TikTok talking about how our high school and middle school kids read on a 4th grade level. And the depth of these explanations and these examples that these teachers were giving made me so fucking sad, y'all. Like, it was one teacher who almost, like, choked up herself. Like, she was getting emotional. She was like, there's nothing I can do because the parents don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing the best I can, the kid doesn't give a fuck, and the mom doesn't, or the parents don't give a fuck, there's literally nothing I can do except watch this child fail. You know what I'm saying? And that shit made me so sad. And I feel like, even though, y'all, I'll say it till I fucking die, I'll scream it from any rooftop that I'm never having kids, it doesn't mean that I don't want what's best for kids. I will always be an advocate for kids being raised right, kids being taught right, kids, being able to have an education and shit like that. I know that we live in an era of content creator. Hell, I'm trying to be one. I am one. And all these get money from being at home and you don't really need college and shit like that. I really do fucking understand, because that's the lane that I put myself in. But y'all, education is fucking needed. It is not overrated. Please, let's not normalize that shit. Please, let's not normalize being illiterate and not knowing how to read, write, and comprehend shit. Please, y'all. It's actually so fucking sad to me. That's so fucking sad. You guys are raising kids. Let me just paint you a picture so y'all can see how this fucking sounds. When you send your kids off into the world, whether it's school, daycare, a friend's house, a field trip, bitch, when your kid is out of your care, they don't know how to do anything. You guys are raising kids that can't read, can't write. They have social anxiety, and all they do is troll and shoot niggas every day on the internet and on their games. You guys are raising criminals. Like, you guys are raising school shooters. Like, these kids need phonics skills. They need structure. They need, I know it's hard to raise kids, and if you're a single dad or a single mom, I know that shit is fucking hard, but you need to crack open a book or two with your kid for at least 2 hours out of the day. And if you don't have it, you need to make it. And I'm sorry to say it, and it was like, oh, bitch, you don't know my life. I work 2 jobs just to feed, and shorty, I get that. I really do understand. I watched my mom do it. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit is hard. But you got to figure it the fuck out, mama. You do. You just do. You got to figure it the fuck out. Your kid needs you to teach them how to read. You cannot put all this pressure on they fucking teachers. They only got the teachers 8 hours of the fucking day. They need you on the weekend. On the weekend time, Saturday and Sunday. All right, baby, let's crack open a book. Read me all these words. How do you spell this? Flashcards, y'all kids. Y'all remember back in the day, niggas that was born in 98 and so on. Y'all remember the flashcard days? If Johnny had, we was traumatized from that shit. Mama yelling at us, but that's the type of shit that you need. I don't give a fuck if you yelling at me because I don't know how many apples Johnny had. I need you to yell at me until I realize how many the fuck he got. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck we're not doing anymore. You can't just throw an iPad at a little kid and expect that nigga to gain all phonics skills. Give a fuck if the iPad is set to ABC mouse or alert. They don't learn shit like that. They don't grasp shit like that. And y'all think that these babies are smart and shit because they know how to go on a tablet and put in Coco Melon at 1 year old. That's not the kind of fucking smart they need to be. You know what I'm saying? This nigga shouldn't know how to dial a number at 2 years old. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? Make sure if he that advanced, make sure this nigga know how to spell his name. What's his address? What's 2 + 2? You know what I'm saying? You guys thinking advance and intelligence are one and the same, and it's fucking not. It's not. Those pictures of your child's first and last day of school, and they drip down in Gucci and gallery department. That's cute and shit. But hold up that nigga's report card. Post that nigga's report card on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that you need to be proud of as a father and a mother. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that really matters. Don't nobody give a fuck if he got the new Nikes on. Does that nigga know how to spell his name? Does he know how to spell the family name? Can he give me my change when I go to the store? You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that y'all need to be worried about. And it's so sad that it's not. It's actually terrifying, especially for our age group, like being the new adults and shit like that. I don't want to, which is what my existential crisis is about to be about in a second. Hold on, bitch. But I am so terrified of being like 88 and being in the hospital, and I'm trying to get treated for melanoma, and your illiterate ass baby puts me to fucking sleep forever because he gave me 2,000 milligrams of melatonin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really fucking sad, y'all. And I'm not saying you personally who's listening to this right now. I'm not saying you personally, but we all know a motherfucking man or woman who could use a parenting tip or two. You know what I'm saying? We all know him. We all know him or her. So it's just sad as fuck. And the amount of teachers, it was the quantity of teachers, black, white, Asian, that I saw. And it was always either 7th grade or 12th grade. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on in 7th grade and 12th grade that these niggas just cannot read, write, spell, anything? There was this other teacher who, she was a white lady. She was like, I've been a teacher for 10 years. She was like, I haven't been able to functionally popcorn read across the class for the last 5 years. Which almost gave y'all a moment of silence. Excuse me? You haven't been able to properly popcorn read around the class for 5 fucking years? I'm sorry, but that's absolutely abysmal. That's wild as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Back in the day, back in my 4th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade classes, when we used to popcorn read, I'm not even gonna hold you. It was maybe 1 or 2 motherfuckers in the class that couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell y'all every day. I was the asshole in class when we was popcorn reading and my teacher called on the nigga who couldn't read and that nigga started stuttering over simple ass words. Matter of fact, nigga, I'll grab it for you. I'll pick up the paragraph right where he left off. We don't got time for this. Next period start in 3 minutes, nigga, and you taking 8 to finish 1 sentence. I'll pick it up where you left off. I'll say that every day. I was the annoying motherfucker in the class. Be like, you know what, boo-boo, I got it. I'll finish the rest of the book. But to not be able to popcorn read with the whole fucking class is embarrassing. That's actually sad as fuck. And I need y'all to deep it. That's the problem. Everybody is so desensitized to be like, oh, well, you can't teach a horse new tricks. Yes, the fuck you can. If you try. Fuck what that horse want. I'm about to spill all of this fucking water. Fuck what that horse want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's time for that nigga to learn some new tricks. And if you take the time to teach it new tricks, I promise you that nigga gonna pick up 1 or 2. Y'all just have to try. It is not funny. It is not cute. It is not trendy. And it's not beneficial when your kids are fucking stupid. And I know that sound bad. I know that, like, who the fuck is this bitch to be calling my baby stupid? Ma'am, sir, Miss Ma'am, if you can look at your baby's progress report or report card and ignore everything for the last 10 minutes I've just saying, I bow down to you. You doing your fucking thing. You and the teachers got a coup going on that's working real good, and your baby gonna do real well in life. But if you purposely don't look at your baby report card, or you're disappointed every time you see your baby's report card, you need to open your fucking ears a little bit more. You need to grow an ear out of your fucking nose and listen 3 times as hard, because I promise you, it's that deep. It is that deep. Y'all gotta stop thinking y'all raising babies, and y'all, these niggas gotta grow up. Like, these niggas gotta turn into adults at some point. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm so scared for the future, y'all. I'm so scared for the future, especially because I'm gonna be an old nigga in the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm not go. What if when I'm 56, I get, Alzheimer's and shit like that? I'm not gonna be able to help that nigga help me, help him help me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to put all my trust in one of your babies, and I hope to God that he was educated correctly. Y'all gotta understand what I'm saying. I know I'm saying it in a harsh ass way, but you know what I'm saying? Please, please do better with y'all kids. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying personally, y'all who are listening, that your kids are illiterate, but please, y'all, please teach your kids how to read, write, add, divide. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was embarrassingly bad at math. My teacher would put me on the spot. Miss Harrison, do you know what x to the power of fucking 56 is? Ma'am, don't play in my face like that. You already know I don't know that fucking answer. First of all, didn't even have my hand up, so I know you're trying to play with me right now. Let's take it back to 3rd grade. I know what 9 divided by 8 is. I know what I know how to multiply, divide, and add. That's it. But when we start throwing alphabets and shapes and shit, trigonometry, yeah, you got me fucked up. So I'll be the first one to say, not every kid and everybody is going to be good at every subject, but the basics, bitch. The basics is what I'm talking about. Reading and writing should not be something that your kid can't do past the fucking 4th grade. I was gonna say 1st grade, but let's be fucking for real. Some school systems don't have the right resources. You know what I'm saying? Past the 4th grade, if your son or daughter cannot read, it is nobody to blame but you. And that's for fucking sure. Like I said, I have no kids. I really don't have a ball in this court, But bitch, I'm literally standing on the benches, like screaming, like, please teach y'all kids, turn on some Between the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, let's change the subject. I'm about to cry. I can't do this. But please, y'all, if y'all take anything from this fucking episode, I need y'all to sit down with y'all kids and literally teach them. Your kids need 3 teachers in life. And if you can only give them 2 because you're a single parent, you need to do double the work. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. It's existential crisis thought time. Let's do it.
Existential crisis thought. Existential crisis thought.
All right. So today's existential crisis thought. First of all, pause. Somebody said, this girl named Jada, she DM'd me. She was like, I don't like the sound of the bitch singing existential crisis thought, but and I appreciate you for being honest, but I like it. It sounds kind of unhinged, does it? Don't y'all hear the little spongy thing in the background? She sounds kind of fucked up in the head, and I like that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it. But today's existential crisis thought is, has anybody else had, and I have these, like, you know, a couple times a year, but sometimes it just really dawns on me. Is anybody else having a really hard time grasping the fact that like we're actually adults? Like, niggas can rent cars. Like, we're parents now, some of us. Like, I'm just having a really hard time with my youth being taken away. And this might be hard for some of y'all to understand, especially for somebody like me, because being insecure about a lot of things on me physically, you know, one of my favorite things about myself was my youth, or I should say is my youth. I'm not up there yet, but I'm saying, like, watching my youth slip away and that being one of my favorite things about myself is really doing something to me, y'all. I can't explain it. I find myself watching old TV shows from my childhood, listening to early 2000s R&B, like, dressing, you know, Y2K era. I just find myself trying to be surrounded with my childhood as much as possible, and not even trying to, like, mentally take myself back there, but it's a feeling like nostalgia. And I'm pretty sure I've said this on one of the earlier episodes. Nostalgia is probably one of my favorite feelings ever. I love being reminded of simpler times. Now, we all know that my childhood was a little fucked up, right? But those little pockets of when it was sweet and when it was nice and when it was innocent, whenever I get a memory of that, it feels so fucking good, because it's just like, oh my God, being a child back then, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, being a child back then was top tier. This shit now, I couldn't handle it. Niggas is, like I said before, niggas is wearing Dior to school. I was barely in Champion. You know what I'm saying? They'd have ate my ass up nowadays. I'm not even gonna lie. Being a kid nowadays sounds terrible as fuck. When I get those little pockets of memory, it's just like, damn, that's so fucking bittersweet. And it almost makes me want to cry, because it's just like, I can never go back. Bitch, the only way we going is up from here. Imagine me when I'm 30. Y'all, I had a midlife crisis when I turned 20, because I was like, how am I not a teenager anymore? How am I just now a grown bitch? Like, who told me that was okay? Turn 30, I'm gonna slide down the wall throwing up. Like, I don't know. And 30 is not old. If you 30 or above 30 listening right now, you are not old. But I bet you feel fucking old compared to when you was fucking 22, 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, my bones is starting to do shit they never done before. I'm just like, my body is really, like, settling into this, like, older bitch that I'm mentally not lined up with. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, I still feel 21 years old. I'm 25. Never forget it. One of the scariest shit I ever heard somebody say in my life. This was back when I was like 16, 17, back in Virginia Beach, and I was working at a Bed Bath & Beyond. There was this old white lady. Can't remember her name. For the sake of the episode, we're gonna call her Gladys. Old white lady, had white hair. She was 78 years old, working at Bed Bath & Beyond. And I used to chat her up all the time, because, you know, that was my coworker. Talking about age and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, I'll be 79 this year. And she was like, and I just don't feel it. She was like, you know, whenever young men come into the store, she was like, my mind, you know, finds them attractive and wants them to approach me, but I have to remember what body I'm in. She was like, my mind still feels like I'm in my 20s or in my 30s. She was like, but my body is a constant reminder that I'm not. She was like, I feel like a 20-something or a 30-something-year-old woman trapped in an old lady's body. She was like, my body is the only thing that's old on me. She was like, I still think and I still talk and I still act the way I did when I was 25 and 30. Y'all that scared the fuck out of me. Like, what the fuck you mean you feel trapped, bitch? I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, that is so fucking scary. Luckily for her, to make it to 78 years old where she doesn't have any mental diseases or causes her to forget anything, or she was a healthy ass 78-year-old woman. So of course, if you don't have, Alzheimer's or cancer or any sickness or disease that causes you to act differently, you gonna feel the same as you did, when you were younger. I said this was gonna be a 25-minute episode. We on 30 minutes. And I know y'all can hear my throat closing up. Oh my God. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, it's so scary to get old when you're not really ready to get old. Like, do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, getting old feels like getting old feels like you're locked in a fucking domain expansion. You know what I'm saying? It feels like somebody paused your mind, but your body kept fucking going. And that's so scary. Hopefully y'all understand what I mean. And I know it's a couple women and men that listen to this that are in, their 30s and their 40s. I need y'all to DM me and tell me if y'all understand, because 25-year-old me is like, bitch, we're basically 100. Like, oh my gosh. Hey y'all, I'm about to wrap the episode up. But for the last topic I want to talk to y'all about is a little TikTok trend or thread that's been going around lately. And I find it so hilarious that I really just want to talk to y'all about it for a second. We've all seen the little Twitter thread on TikTok about the guys realizing when they hated their girlfriends, right? I saw a girl post a screenshot of one of the threads. And, she stitched it and she was like, so why not? She was like, why do niggas just not break up and just stay in a miserable ass relationship where you secretly hate this bitch and you try to do everything in your power to get her to break up with you when you could just break up with her? Like, wouldn't that be so easier? And I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't think it is. And this might be a reach. This might be far-fetched. But like I said, this is my personal opinion. This is just what I think. Personally think a lot of men, and I'm not gonna say all men, because it's not. A lot of men overestimate their market value, right? It could be a 19-year-old nigga. It could be a 36-year-old nigga. A lot of niggas overestimate their market value. And what I mean by market value is the market value they have to women. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men are unaware that they're ugly. Somebody had to say it, bitch. I don't care. You shouldn't call people ugly. Some of these niggas have unfortunate faces, bitch. It's not my fault. It's true. A lot of niggas don't know that they lame. A lot of niggas don't know that they just not attractive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to keep putting niggas down. But I'm just saying a lot of niggas are unaware. When you're a woman, you know that shit day one. You know what I'm saying? If you don't look good, bitch, this is speaking from experience. If you don't look good, somebody gonna tell your ass and it's gonna be unsolicited as fuck. You be walking down the street and gonna be like, damn, bitch, you ugly. Niggas don't get that. So a lot of niggas don't know how they're perceived by women until it gets like blatantly proven or shown to them or told to them. And then when it is proven to them that they're not attractive or, lame as hell, or, when it is proven to them that they don't get bitches, they either turn 3 different ways. They either become a criminal, and y'all know what them niggas do, so I'm not gonna say it, or they become that harassing ass nigga. Where my hug at? Oh, you playing? Oh, why you always, this could be me and you, but you playing? Damn, girl, you can't have friends. You know what I'm saying? They become that nigga. Or the third one. The third nigga just settles down with the first bitch that actually lets him touch her. Now, this woman, 9 times out of 10, usually isn't this nigga's type. Not saying that she ugly. Just saying that this isn't the bitch that he expected him to be with, right? Because he liked the BBL queens. He liked the dark skin, smooth skin, long legged. You know what I'm saying? He liked those IG models. His face department isn't giving that, so he will never achieve that unless that nigga got a bag of money hidden somewhere. Because this nigga has the most unrealistic standards ever, he gets with the first one that he can't get with because, I mean, that nigga got to get it how he live it. You know what I'm saying? That's all he was offered, and it's looking like he not gonna get no more, so that's what he got to take. Then they end up resenting the girl and picking out little shit that she does that makes their fucking skin crawl, because every time they look at her, or every time they talk to her, or every time she do something, it's a constant reminder for him that he can't and don't pull bitches. You know what I'm saying? So every time this girl that he really don't want to be with, but he gotta be with her because he can't get nobody else, every time she do something slightly annoying, it sends his fucking rocker off, because it's just like, I have to stay with her or be alone for the rest of my life or for the foreseen future, because look at the way I look. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. Look at what I got to offer. It ain't shit. So I just gotta suffer. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got out of that thread. Cause what we didn't see in that thread is handsome niggas with money and prospects. You know what I'm saying? And if it was one, he was probably DL. You know what I'm saying? What I got out of that thread. And you better be damn, I was zooming in on profile pictures, because, and it just proved my point even more. I was like, oh, of course. Look at DeMarcus. Look at him. You know, of course you would say that. I'll lie to you. My biological brother, he used to be that type of nigga. My brother used to look fucked up in the face. He didn't shave. He didn't do nothing with his hair. His body was sloppy. He looked a fucking mess. And then he would always say that he didn't like black women because black women didn't like him. So he would try to go on the white and Hispanic side. If you know me personally, you know that I'm not, having a preference is no big deal to me. You can preference whatever the fuck you want. But to say you don't like black women, and nigga, I'm black, your sister black, and our mama black, and your daddy black, I will punch you in the fucking throat. So that shit not flying. The thing about my brother was, he was nerdy, he was ugly, he was fat, and he stank. When we used to live together, back when we were kids, his room used to smell like a fucking turtle tank. Didn't have one animal in that bitch. So when he got, old enough to start dating, and he would always say, oh, I don't like black girls. And I'm like, first of all, it don't really matter who you don't like, because don't nobody like you, nigga, you fucking stink. Was the type of black girls that he wanted. He wanted those black girls that, he wanted the type of black girls that just didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? Be one of those niggas be like, oh, black girls don't like me because I watch anime and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm kind of nerdy, and oh, they don't watch Corey Kenshin, and oh, yeah. Like, nigga, you realize that you talking to a black woman that watch anime. I'm your sister, nigga. I am a black woman who talks to other black women who watch anime. The problem is, you fucking ugly and you stink. Now, is it great that white women want you when you ugly and you fat and you stink? Hey, get it. Like I just said, get it how the fuck you live it. But don't shame a specific demographic of women that you wouldn't be able to get on your best day because of how you fucking look and how you act. You know what I'm saying? When that's all it is. It's not that black women don't like you. It's that I'm surprised any fucking woman like you. You look at you. Let's go and I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this. Let's go up head to head to a fucking mirror and really look at yourself and see if that's fucking what somebody would want touching them. Let's be fucking honest. And I love my brother to death. Luckily, that nigga is a 27-year-old changed man. He still don't date, but he like black women because he changed the way he fucking look. He changed the way he fucking act. That nigga get a lineup, cut his beard, lost some weight. He look good now. He look like the boy version of me. You know what I'm saying? He looks spiffy. So, he got prospects and candidates now. You see how when you change your fucking life and change your mindset, shit start to go the right way? That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying. So all those niggas on the Twitter thread, all they got to do is have a big sister or a mom check them in the right way. They what they really need to have is a fucking existential crisis thought, because there's no way that you blaming this bitch for, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me end this episode so I can go cough my lungs up. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace, guys.